Alright guys, MarkBoy316 with another video, and today's gonna be Ric Flair, the Definitive Collection DVD review. Documentary was awesome. He talks about his career in AWA, where he wanted to be called Rambling Ricky Rhodes. He wanted to be Dusty Rhodes' brother, and the promoter said no, not as long as you're here. And then he moved on to the Carolinas to Jim Crockett Promotions, and was champion the first time, and they didn't think he was really on this game the first time he won the title. So he lost the title, was champion for short amount of time, and then the second time around when he beat Harley Race at Starrcade '83, that's when he really got into his own. He said that to him proved that he was able to be champion. So that was awesome. Then after that, they brought in some people that didn't know how to run the company and really didn't know what to do with him. And they said, well, you have to drop the belt to Luger. He said no, he promised it to Sting. And he got upset and he said, well, give me my $25,000 deposit on the belt, and I'll give you back the belt. They didn't give him that. They said, you can come to TV and drop it to Barry Windham. And they thought about it, and they said no. And he took the belt and went to WWF. So, and said it was the greatest time of his career going to WWF. He enjoyed it, and you could tell it was completely a different company. And it was awesome. He enjoyed it. And then he went back to NWA after that. After being in WWF for a year and a half. Then he went back to WCW, and they had Hogan, they had Savage at that time. They got former WWE stars and stuff, and then they kind of pushed Flair to the side. And he lost his self-confidence and then went back to WWF in 2001. And from there, at the beginning, he just wanted to be a manager and help the young guys and stuff. And then they said, well, you should come back in the ring. Had a great match with Vince McMahon at the Rumble. And he didn't think he had it anymore. He lost self confidence, and then they said, "Well, we want you at WrestleMania against the Undertaker." And then he said, wow!" He was honored and had a great match with the Undertaker, and from there, his in-ring return came true. Great documentary. I really enjoyed. Talked about the Horseman. Talked about everything in his career, so that was fantastic. And then the first match we have on here is Jack Briscoe versus Ric Flair from '82. Flair's about to compete in the ring and against a no name, like a jobber, and he says he's not worthy to fight Ric Flair. And then Wahoo McDaniels comes out and says, okay, well, face me. He said, no, I ain't facing you. Gets back in the ring, tries to face the jobber, turns around, it's Jack Briscoe. And they have a pretty nice little match. And Jack Briscoe actually beats Ric Flair. So holy crap, an all-title match in '82, that was pretty good. Next one is 2 out of 3 falls for the NWA World Title, and it's from World Class Championship Wrestling. That's the territory where the Von Erichs owned. And great match here. Kind of a screwy first fall though. First fall, Kerry Von Erich is being pushed back by the referee, and Flair's right behind the ref, and Kerry Von Erich swings and misses Flair and hits the ref. And the ref goes down. Then another ref comes in after the fact, and Kerry Von Erich has Flair in the sleeper, and Flair passes out, and they say, oh, Kerry Von Erich has the first fall. Nope. The original referee disqualifies Kerry Von Erich for punching him. So Flair's up 1 fall to nothing. Next fall, Kerry Von Erich gets the claw and gets Flair to pass out and gets a second fall. And then the third fall, they just beat the holy crap out of each other, and ref gets shoved by both guys, and double disqualification. So Flair retains on a 1-1 draw. Pretty good match, but kind of a screwy, confusing first fall, but still good match. Then we have Harley Race versus Ric Flair for the NWA Heavyweight title. Flair's the champ, and Race is the champ, and Flair is trying to get the title back. And this was way before their Starrcade match, but Race had put a $25,000 bounty on Flair's head for somebody to take out Flair and never face him again for the title. So he wouldn't face Race for the title. $25,000 bounty. Match was going good, and then I think it was Cowboy Bob Orton and Dick Slater and people came out and beat the crap out of Flair, and they eventually got the $25,000 bounty. Next one was Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Ole Anderson versus Dusty, Magnum, and the Raging Bull, Benny Fernandez. Great six-man tag. The fans were nuts, were going insane for the baby faces. Like, holy crap. And it ended up being Ric Flair, Arn, and Ole getting the win, with Ole using a chair and hitting Manny Fernandez right between the eyes with a chair, and ended up getting the pin. And then we got first ever Clash of the Champions, which went head to head with WrestleMania 4 and did a pretty damn good rating for a free TV match between Sting and Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight title. First Clash of the Champions, 45-minute draw. They had some celebrity judges, one the guy from Wonder Years, and I didn't recognize the other two. But great match there, 45-minute draw. So pretty cool. Next one here is Great American Bash from '89 from the NWA Heavyweight title, Ric Flair versus Terry Funk. That was an outstanding, wild match. Funk always had crazy matches, and both were bloody, and great match. That was awesome. Flair ends up getting Funk to tap out in the figure four. So pretty cool there. Next one here is Madison Square Garden, Piper and Flair from '91. That was a great match, just a fight, not really any wrestling moves or anything. Flair ends up beating Piper with his feet on the rope, and after the match, Piper takes a chair and beats Flair up with a chair. And Spring Stampede '94 here. This is Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat. Flair's the champ. Steamboat going after the title. They also had tremendous matches. They had a great series of matches in the early '90s, '80s, and '90s, and this was no different. This was a great match from '94, Spring Stampede. Steamboat had him up in a double arm chicken wing. He bent back, and both Steamboat and Flair's shoulders were on the mat. Referee counted 3, and it was a double pin. So Flair retains the title on the draw. But a great match there. Next one was Taboo Tuesday from '05. Great steel cage match here for the Intercontinental title. Flair was the IC champ, going against Triple H. Bloody cage match is exactly how a cage match should work in wrestling today. Oh my God, what a match! And there was some spots where you thought, oh, Triple H is gonna win. Oh, Flair's gonna win. Great match, back and forth, bloody as hell. And they were grinding each other's faces in the steel, ramming each other's faces in the steel, and just a fantastic match. Triple H got a chain, started beating Flair with the chain a bit, and then Flair took control, got him in the figure four, and then just at the end just got a chair and 3 vicious chair shots right to the head, and then walked out of the cage to win the match. Great freaking match. And then we had a career-threatening match. Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 24 in 2008. Great match here. If Flair lost, he would have to retire, and never had another WWE match. He did go to TNA and wrestle, but he never had another WWE match after this. Fantastic match here. Flair still was doing drop toe holds, back suplexes. Shawn Michaels missed a moonsault through the table, and you could at one point you thought Flair was going to win with the figure four. Michaels hit the super kick, the sweet chin music, and Flair kicked out. So some great spots in the match, and fantastic match there. And Flair lost. And before Michaels hit the super kick, he said, "I'm sorry, and I love you," and super kicked him. Great ending to the match. I thought that was great way they ended it. So awesome stuff. And then the special features is Ric Flair's farewell address on Raw, which that was pretty good. The entire roster came out, and then they had exclusive footage after that with Undertaker coming out. You could see Taker kind of crying, tearing up and stuff. Then all the superstars were outside clapping, and then Vince came out, the same thing. And well, Flair was emotional. His whole family was there. Great stuff. And then all the promos from '85 all the way to '87. Fantastic promos. Flair was always great on the mic. Great stuff. But the man, like he lived his life, just as you saw on TV. Awesome. The man was great. One of my favorites. The Nature Boy Ric Flair. There's a great picture of him right there. It's pretty awesome. And if you have a chance to pick up this DVD right here, pick it up. Great stuff. He also talked about where he got all his robes and stuff. A woman that made him his robes from like 5,000, some of them were like 10, 15,000. They were expensive robes. Great stuff. And fantastic DVD. I highly recommend you get this DVD. I remember where I got this. I got this where I currently work now. I was there for 3 months before I started working full time, and then I left after it was a program I was on, and I left, and this is the gift that I got from my coworkers. This DVD right here, fantastic DVD, great DVD, but highly recommend it. And just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will catch you guys in the next one.